Here are 7 of the biggest mistakes that online fitness coaches make and how to fix them. Now, for context, I've made over 100K per month online fitness coaching, and now I help people do the same. Now, let's get straight into it. The first one is undercharging. So most coaches, they just start charging with whatever weekly they think they're good enough for. So they go, all right, $70 a week. Or they go, maybe my PT sessions are 70, so online coaching is $40 a week, as if it's always a downsell. So let's kind of tackle 2 in 1. Online coaching should be more expensive per week than a personal trainer, because if you're doing online coaching, you're giving people access to you all the time. Usually it's like all the time, it's tech support, it's check-ins, it's everything. And in that, they get access to everything that you've possibly learned in the years and years and years you've been doing this. And it's not just limited to the 1 hour. So a lot of online coaches will have this hourly rate mentality that they give people. Like, oh, I do a check-in, it takes me this long, and then therefore I can charge them this amount. Yet it's a cost-based approach as opposed to a results-based approach. So if we look at the results and go, okay, well, what result are you helping this person achieve? Now, if you did your work over here and you established their goal and what they wanted to get out of the whole program, you'll know what their goal is worth to them. Now, for a lot of people, their goals are serious. They want to lose weight because it's going to impact them, their family, their goals, their career, everything. There's a big price tag that people put on that end result, not what they put on that check-in. Because I can tell you this much, no one really gives a fuck how much time you spend on their check-in. They care about the result. And if you don't believe me, imagine this. You ask someone, what would you rather? Lose 10 kilos of fat and it takes you an hour to listen to me do a check-in every single day? Or you lose 10 kilos of fat and you don't have to do anything. They're going to be like, give me the one where I don't have to do anything. It's the same thing. People want results. They don't want your time. So if you're experienced enough, you can get them their results in less time. Meaning they don't need to sit through an hour Zoom call with you every week. They can get the job done in a shorter amount of time. So you can actually charge more for that if you think about it, because you're saving them time. So this notion of having to charge more for just one personal training session, 1 hour of time and nothing else after that, versus everything they can have access to, and the whole result in general is online coaching. And that's what is really important, is to delineate those two and go, you know what, I'm not charging based on the hour, I'm charging based on the result. And you're controlling their nutrition, their accountability, their training. You're controlling and influencing everything, which is the whole result that they're going to want to pay for, okay? So undercharging is devaluing yourself. So if you really want to get better results and make more money, increase your prices. I would always have at least $100 a week, or we're having some kind of package over $1,500 for that period of time. So typically what I would like to do is go have a prepayment option for maybe like $1,500, and then go weekly payments, which is like a 20% on top of that payment. So if it works out to be $100 a week if they prepay, it'll be $120 a week if they want to go a weekly payment plan. So do that and believe in yourself, believe in your product, and get people better results. Pause the video 1 sec. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Social Blueprint, which is my company helping fitness coaches grow and scale their business. So if you are a fitness coach wanting to scale, or maybe you wanting to get started as a fitness coach and don't know where to start, click the link below. You can get a free discovery call with one of my team that'll run you through how we can help. Best case, you can chat about working with us. Worst case, you will just get an actionable game plan of just a couple of things to do by yourself in the meantime. Book in, I'll see you there, and back to the video. Mistake number 2 is being boring. Don't be boring in your content. Way too many people are just boring because they're focusing on what other people do. They're focusing on what they think they should be doing, and they're not really showing their true personality. They're probably scared. They're probably scared of what others are going to think of them. They don't want to get judged. And I can tell you, like, life's too short to give a shit about being judged for being who you are. Like, you only have one life. If you're a goofy guy, be a fucking goofy guy. If you like having fun in your content, have fun in your content. Don't just try and fit yourself into this box that you don't want to be in, because it's going to feel weird and inauthentic and you're going to hate it. The only way this is going to work is if you are original and you are unapologetically you. So do what you want to do. And that actually makes it so freeing because it's more fun. It's enjoyable. If I want, I can do funny shit in my content and I do not care. I've done that for years. It's how I found more enjoyment out of it. A lot of people would ask me, like, when I do random skits and these random videos, they'd be like, do you reckon that's going to work? Like, do you reckon people like it? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I like it. And that was enough for me to post it. And then thankfully that people ended up liking it. I'm sure a lot of people didn't, but it's beside the point. Like, I was always willing to be myself. And that's why I had so much longevity in posting. It's why I've had videos going out for nearly 10 years now, is because I enjoy what I do. And I feel like this is who I am. And I give you guys who I am. I give you like a piece of me, I guess. So if you like my videos, chances are you like hanging out with me. It's the same thing. So people are out of alignment when they're being so boring over here, but then in their personal lives, they're like fun. It's like, don't do that. Bring them together. Your personal brand should be who you are in all aspects. Number 3, this is easy. This is leaving your website in your bio. If you leave your website in your bio, you're just asking for people to kind of ghost you. Now, the only time I don't mind this is an application form. So I have issues with websites. When you have a website in your bio, it allows people to do the shopping. So they want to just take the easy option. They want to take the brochure. They just want to have a look at what you offer, have a look at the prices, come back, talk to someone else, and shop around. Now, as a business owner, you don't want that because you want to control the sale as much as possible. So you want people to actually have a conversation with you and understand their goals, and you understand their goals, and you're able to pitch your program accordingly instead of them seeing the price and not really understand the value, just only seeing the price, and then they're too shocked. They're in price shock and they just go away. So I often encourage people to take your prices out of your website, have an application form there that's ready to go, or encourage people to just come through in the DMs. You want people to put their hand up like this, just like a little hand raiser, like, yeah, I'm kind of interested, as opposed to like, yes, I'm definitely paying, because you'll get signups if you leave your website in your bio, but out of every 10 signups, you're going to get 90 people who just like floated, had a look, and then left and didn't do anything about it. And then you can't track them. So take your website out of your bio or have a simple application form and make it more concise. 4th mistake is not posting enough. This is the biggest one. And people go, well, how much should I post? And then they get caught up on that, so they don't post anything. If you want to post on social media to get clients and to get leads, like how much should you do? Well, you should do 10 posts a day, but you're not. So you should do 1 a day if you can. And if you can't do that, do 4 a week. And if you can't do that, do 1 a week. And then if you can do 1 a week, try 2 a week. And that's literally it. So there's no like absolute golden answer, because the algorithm now is quite smart that it will serve people content who it thinks needs it. Now, if you only post 1 piece of content a week, you're only rolling the dice 1 time. So who knows if it's going to work, right? But if you're posting every single day, well, now you've got 7 tries for it to work out and for something cool to happen, for you to get a lead, for a post to blow up, for that to trigger even more posts. Like, it's just data. It's just more data and more data. It's more chances. So reframe how you look at posting, and don't think there's an optimal amount. The algorithm is going to love you. It's like there's 1 post that's going to do really, really well. There's 1 post that's going to inform you on where you should take your Instagram. 1 post is going to blow up or do really well, and it's going to trigger a thought that you wouldn't have thought if it wasn't for that post. You don't know what that post is going to be. So don't just limit yourself to only posting once a week, because you're going to give yourself 1 chance. Just give yourself as many chances as possible. So you decide how many chances you want, just make it happen. And whatever you can do, maintain that, and then add a little bit more. I would max out at 2 a day. In my experience, is hard to maintain. So don't really go past 2 a day, or really, on average, I'd say 7 to 10 per week is the sweet spot. Any more than that, and it's just too hard to maintain quality. It's like quality and quantity. So as many as you can do up to that point. I hope that helps. The 5th mistake is being a pussy. If you know that reference, comment below. Too many fitness coaches are pussies online. Now, let me explain. I was in Vietnam not too long ago, and I was walking in the streets, and the people there are hustlers. They will tell you, hey, you want to buy something? And I'm like, no, I don't. And they're like, what do you want? What are you looking for? And I'm like, I don't know, nothing really. Like, oh, and they were like, would pitch it. It was so funny. At one point, I went, no, I'm okay. And then I went to Izzy, I went, oh, cute baby. And she goes, baby, how much you want? And I'm like, and she was like joking, obviously, but they were like laughing at the fact that they know they're hustling. And I was thinking about it, and I came home and I'm like, wow, after being exposed to these people who have to work so hard for their money, and they are hustling, they don't give a fuck what you think. They will tell you, they will bargain, they will push. Then I come home and I'm dealing with people who sometimes don't want to ask for a sale. And there's like some coaches I see, they're too scared to push for a sale or ask, or they get scared of sales calls. And I'm like, what would you rather? Make your money from jumping on a sales call with someone, or make your money in the street trying to get people to buy something they don't even want to buy, right? Like, let's be serious. We are so lucky to live in this society where we can do this stuff, and we are privileged, and we can make money by jumping on a Zoom call. You don't have to go on the streets and get rejected by 100 people just to get $5, right? So think of how lucky you have it, have some perspective, and go, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of this position and this situation, and I'm not going to be a little bitch. I'm going to ask for the sale when I think it's appropriate, and you're going to go hard and you're going to work. So don't be afraid of getting on a sales call and just hustling for it. Like, take a bit of that, like use a bit of that hustle in your life and see where it gets you. Post more, ask for the sale, DM more people, jump on a sales call, push back on objections, do that stuff and see what happens. Mistake number 6 is targeting no one. So a lot of online coaches don't have a niche. Now, the problem with not having a niche and not having someone to target is that your messaging is fuzzy. You're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one really resonates with it, right? Now, the opposite of that is that you're talking to a very specific person, and they resonate with your content and what you say and your message. And so they're like, yep, take my money. Where do I sign up? Like, tell me about this. This feels like it's for me. As opposed to people going, I don't really know what you're about, but I don't know if that's for me. It's too general and vague. The only time I will say you cannot have a niche is when you're beginning and when you're starting out and you're like, I just want to attract anyone and everyone because I'm new and I just need money and I need experience. That's fine. But beyond that, beyond a certain point, you need to have a niche. Now, a niche doesn't mean demographics. It doesn't mean I just need someone who's like Aussie men over 30 who have a kid. Like, that's not just a niche. A niche is also your view, your approach, how you do things. Your target audience can be a bunch of people who are very different in terms of their demographics, but they all have one thing in common. For example, let's look at like, imagine if it was a keto audience, right? They're all different demographics. They're all different ages, parents, like religions, they're all different. But the commonality is they don't want to eat carbs. So it's the same thing, is that your niche can be your approach. It can be a group of like commonalities, or it can be demographic, psychographic. Niches can be anything, but it's just a bundle of people that is really specific. So it's calling people out on something that's going to resonate with them specifically. That's all. So there's going to be people that resonate with you over the next person, and then it's your job to figure out why and what those people have in common. That's all. And the last mistake is infrequent CTAs. So CTAs, call to actions. If you don't make enough call to actions, you're just not going to make enough money unless you're running ads, because ads are your call to actions. So you need to be doing at least 3 call to actions per week. And the best way to do this is to do them secretly in different ways. So you don't want to always make the same call to action, because if you make the same story post all the time, it's just like, it just waters down and dilutes the value. The trick is coming up with the same message in 20 different ways. And that's when you kind of get into the nitty gritty of kind of like what we do in the blueprint and giving you guys templates and stuff to work with. But some simple ones can be like story polls, using story polls and going like, do you need help with A or B? And then if they say A, you can DM them and give them some free resources or get them on a call. Another one could be like your urgency. You're looking for a few people to take on before the end of the month because of some other reason. Raise your hand here, basically like DM me the word this if you want to hear more info, like things like that. You just got to do it, the same message, a different way. That's all. Rinse and repeat. So I'd love to know what stood out with you. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. It means a lot. If you're on podcasts, then maybe tag me on Instagram, and I'd love to see it there that you're supporting, and give it 5 stars if you haven't already. That would be amazing. And that is it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you on the next one.